Hello everyone! Welcome to my bold and the beautiful gossip channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Before we dive into today's content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and show some love by giving this video a thumbs up. At Forrester, Steffi says their name is a family brand. Carter needs to see it arrive at its maximum capacity. Steffi says it's anything but a beginning up. Eric and Brooke come in, and Edge lets them know Carter is sharing his vision representing things to come of the organization. Steffi makes sense of that Carter needs to differentiate their portfolio. Brooke inquires, in what manner or capacity? Carter makes sense of he needs to purchase up organizations and transform into a purveyor of extravagance products. Eric believes it's a colossal jump. Carter contends it's not. It's all design and there are no guidelines. Now is the ideal time to remember the big picture. Turn into a forerunner in the worldwide extravagance market. At Spencer Distributions, Will and Liam examined there ever being a dull second at Forrester. Will says he's getting a charge out of it there. Liam inquires as to whether Bill's pardoned him yet. Will says he grasped his reasons. The lovely ladies. Liam says that is a splendid play. There are heaps of wonderful ladies there. However, none more gorgeous than Trust. Will desires Liam to think less and accomplish other things with regards to Trust. Liam prods, where are you getting this insight? Will expresses it's from watching Bill do everything wrong. Liam imagines that checks out. Liam thinks where it counts he generally realized he needed to become old with Trust. The main expect his future is. Trust. Will's happy he's not surrendering. Liam can't picture the remainder of his existence without her. Will brings up it really depends on him to get it going. Liam let her know. Will thinks the entryway is as yet open. Will urges him to regard her limits, however, not get smug. He must do this right. It very well may be his last opportunity. Liam mirrors that they've defeated such a lot of, as of now. At Forrester, Carter tells the gathering they're all family, which makes the inheritance so unique. Everything began with Eric. They won't ever lose their fundamental beliefs, yet they have to adjust and develop. They need to track down brands to satisfy their high guidelines. Eric realizes this would mean taking on a lot of obligation and chance. Carter needs to take a stab at lifespan. Everybody looks worried. Edge asks where they get the capital. Carter has an outline. He's been dealing with this for quite a long time. Eric gets some information about the plan to restart the Gems line with Ivy. Steffi couldn't say whether it's the ideal opportunity to empty the assets into such a line. We couldn't say whether it will create a gain. Carter figured out her being careful. Yet they need to give their clients all that they need for an evening out on the town. We should get in there. He needs to make a proposal to Jabot in Wisconsin. To begin with, they need to put resources into themselves, explicitly, expectation for what's in store. Steffi asks Carter for what reason expect what's to come is out of nowhere such vital for him. Carter figures it very well may find success once more. They banter the issues. Zendi guarantees the new assortment will extraordinary. Carter questions on the off chance that Steffi is settling on choice in view of sound business standards or individual sentiments. They're every one of the one group and the competition decreases the organization they love to such an extent. Edge inquires, why face a challenge now? Carter says, we can be better. Zen started up about Carter's thoughts. Carter makes sense of that given the condition of the economy. It's a great chance to purchase up organizations. Eric, Steffi, and Edge realize this would require gigantic credits. Carter will risk his own cash. This is about them taking the organization to a higher level. Edge is speechless. Zendi loves it. Edge respects Carter's drive. Eric says they'll hit him up. Carter values their time. Let's get down to business. After Carter and Trust have left the room, Zendi says he made a few incredible focuses. Steffi concurs. A portion of his thoughts were truly intriguing. Brooke and Zendi value his help of expectation for what's to come. Eric figures this would take a great deal of capital. Brooke thinks Carter is extremely noteworthy. Steffi concurs, yet she has an off-base outlook on a certain something, expectation for the future. At Spencer, Lion whines to Walt that he ever valued the peaceful mornings at the lodge in the wake of dropping the children off. Will is pulling for him. He simply trusts some other person doesn't go along and beat into the punch. In the plan office, Trust tells Carter he was astonishing. They have a ton to think about at this point. She spouts about his arrangement to transform them into an extravagance force to be reckoned with. Carter says he could never have done it without her. In the principal office, Brooke tells Edge she thought this would have been an uninteresting day. According to Edge, "Kid, were you off base?" He's stressed over them losing their honesty in the event that they extend. Brooke contends they would just coordinate with five-star organizations. Edge thinks it took a ton of guts for Carter to pitch this, yet it's an important choice. He wants to allow it to sit briefly. Brooke says Carter is extremely dedicated. She prefers how he went to bat for her little girl. Edge tells her they're simply attempting to settle on the ideal decision. Brooke simply wishes Trust had somebody to rest on. According to Edge, she has you. They kiss and canoodle. In the plan office, Trust tells Carter he assumed command over the room with conviction and authority. She inquires as to whether this is what he does when he returns home around evening time. He grins and says okay, alongside contemplating her. This will emerge in any case without her assistance. Trust has faith in him and all that he needs to do. Carter feels he can do anything when he gazes at her. She's so great to him. The organization has been so great to him. He needs to offer in return. Trust reminds him this is all him. According to Carter, no, it was you. You had faith in me and that assisted me with having confidence in myself. It feels better to impart this to you. Trust lets him know he can impart anything to her. She unfastens his shirt and strokes his chest. He fixes her sweater and they begin making out. Carter twirls her around and lays her on the work area. Trust urges him to lock the entryway. All of a sudden, Brooke strolls in and heaves, "Carter, what's happening with you?" The bold and the beautiful spoilers uncover that an astounding new fight has arisen at Forrester Manifestations. It feels somewhat imagined for Carter Walton to be going towards Steffi Forrester out of the blue, yet essentially it's something else. Now that Steffi and Carter are being set in opposition to one another as business rivals, we need to investigate the contention and sort out who to pull for. Is it true or not that you are Group Steffi or Group Carter? First of all, we ought to recognize that Steffi is co-president, so she's Carter's chief. You could positively contend that Carter isn't regarding that, particularly since he went despite Steffi's good faith to orchestrate the resuscitated Gems line pitch. The NB fans additionally can't disregard the way that Carter's confidence and expectation for the future didn't occur until he was attempting to get Trust Logan in bed. This has expanded than only expectations line. However, there's no rejecting that Carter needs to help Steffi's long-lasting foe, and that is assuming a part in this quarrel too. A piece of Carter might need to arise successful over Steffi in view of how she's obstructed expectation. All things considered, there's a reality to Carter's cases that Steffi has allowed private matters to influence business choices. Steffi was against Brooke Logan becoming the dominant focal point on the Brooks Room reboot. However, she was off base in light of the fruitful numbers. It's not difficult to see the reason why Carter could push back in different circumstances where he figures Forrester Manifestations can succeed, regardless of what Steffi's previous feelings of hatred are. It seems like Steffi might have basically taken a gander at Ivy Forrester and Electra Forrester's plans prior to closing the entire Gems line down. Is Steffi actually that bustling that she was unable to walk around to the salon and take a look? Taking into account all the breaks Steffi requires to make out with John Finnegan, she definitely might have carved out the opportunity. That doesn't mean Steffi needed to endorse, yet the fair thing to do would have been to look at the adornment's plans and afterward pursue the choice. Then again, perhaps Steffi wanted to lay out certain limits and let Carter in on ambushing her wasn't all right. It might have been a power move intended to take care of Carter, and perhaps Carter, without a doubt, should be taken care of a piece here. Main concern, there are valid justifications to help either side of this Forrester manifestations competition, which is simply going to warm up now that Carter has one more pitch not too far off. Who are you pulling for? Group Steffi or Group Carter? Which side do you suppose will prove to be the best? The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Carter and Steffi's quarrel will carry much more show to the workplace, so stay with us for expectations on the result and updates on all the stunning news ahead. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates.